Welcome back. You're watching NewsX. My name is Vineet Malhotra. 2611 mastermind Tahawwur Rana has been successfully extradited by the NIA from the US, with sources revealing that the 2008 Mumbai terror attack plotter is now on Indian soil after landing at the Palam Airport in Delhi. As per sources to NewsX, Tahawwur Rana is en route to the NIA headquarters after officials initiated the process to arrest the terrorist. Tahawwur Rana will now be interrogated at the NIA headquarters, with sources stating that a team of 2 Inspector Generals and a Deputy Inspector General and 1 Superintendent of Police have been formed to question Rana and take further action. Meanwhile, the centre has appointed a special public prosecutor, Narendra Maan, on behalf of the NIA for the trial in the case of the 2611 Mumbai terror attack. Meanwhile, Pakistan has sought to distance itself from the Tahawwur Rana episode, asserting that Rana is no longer a Pakistani citizen, stating that Tahawwur Rana has not renewed his Pakistani documents in the last 2 decades. His Canadian nationality is very clear, but it is worth noting that Pakistan permits its citizens who have relocated to Canada to maintain dual citizenship. 17 years on from the 2611 terror attacks, the extradition has sparked hope for justice and is being touted as a huge diplomatic win for the country. As a key perpetrator of one of the biggest terror attacks on Indian soil, he has finally been brought to India. And the big question remains, what next after Tahawwur Rana's extradition? And will Tahawwur Rana spill the beans about which ISI and Pak leaders were involved? We'll talk about this with our guest, but before that, I'm going to go to the big screen and try and tell you and explain to you what exactly is going to happen and what have our sources been revealing to us when it comes to this man's prosecution as well as his eventual punishment. Well, the NIA, like I said, has formed an investigation team of 4 people, 4 senior people who are perhaps privy with the ins and outs of what is supposed to be done. 1 IG, 1 ADG and 1 SP level officer has been roped in for the investigation. So this is the formation of the team that is going to be probing Tahawwur Rana. The DG NIA Sadanand Date and IG Ashish Batra, DIG Jaya Roy have access to this room as well and will be privy to the details and the conversations that are going to happen on a daily, perhaps on an hourly basis. He will be kept in a cell built on the ground floor of the NIA headquarters right in the capital. This is the place where he will be interrogated as well. Tahawwur Rana's medical will be done inside the cell itself. It's mandatory to figure out how healthy he is so that no excuses can be made when it comes to investigations. Well, the investigation room has been built on the 3rd floor of the NIA headquarters, and this is an important detail as this is a special room that has been built for interrogation. Only 12 people will be allowed entry into this investigation cell. Obviously, it's a very sensitive matter. Any kind of leakage or any kind of a compromise within the room in terms of what is being said and told is of a sacrosanct nature. Along with the bulletproof car, the marksman car has also been kept on a standby, and this is also a protocol rather, that was observed when he was being ferried from the airport to the NIA headquarters. Rana will be produced in the court and his remand will be sought. He will also perhaps be given an attorney who can defend himself under the law, and Rana will go under security cover of SWAT commandos of Delhi Police's special cell. Remember, he's a wanted terrorist. He has plotted, he has executed 2611. He was plotting another in fact a terrorist attack in Copenhagen by the name of Mickey Mouse, which did not in fact fructify. All right, my colleague Brian is also joining us at this point in time to give us the latest. Brian, what do we know right now? Of course, he's reached the NIA headquarters. What can we expect in the next few hours to come out?
Well, definitely, now interrogation will be underway. Definitely all efforts were made. You can see behind me is the very NIA headquarters, and definitely there have been a lot of efforts that was maintained, and now yes, only 12 individuals will be granted access to this specially constructed interrogation cell at the NIA headquarters, and this is located at the very 3rd floor. And the access is just restricted to just 12 officers directly involved in the investigation. Among them are DG Sadanand Date, Ashish Batra and DIG Jaya Roy as well. And very importantly, there have been a 4-member investigation team has been made. A secured cell has also been maintained on the ground floor. You can see this NIA headquarters as well that is here, and definitely all the efforts were being made to extradite Tahawwur Rana from US, and finally a diplomatic win, rather a major diplomatic win from India's side, when yes, successfully he was extradited from US, he was at the Palam, he was brought to NIA headquarters, and interrogation will happen and a medical examination will also happen, because it is very mandatory to do that. After that he will also be produced before the NIA court, the Patiala House Court, and then they will determine, this is still a question whether he will be produced via video conferencing or physically. And then the NIA will also ask for a remand for around 25 days, 20 to 25 days or a month. And then the remand, after the remand happens, they will be staying at the NIA headquarters, and then post that itself, he will also be, he will be taken to Mumbai. A special cell, barrack number 12 has also been prepared, where Kassav was also kept there before he was hanged. Yes, Vineet.
All right, Javed Hussain is also with us at this point in time from the Palam Airport. Javed, सुरक्षा के जो कदम उठाए गए वो सिर्फ रास्ते के लिए नहीं, बल्कि NIA के हेडक्वार्टर्स के बाहर भी लगातार ऑब्जर्व किए जाएंगे। और आपको क्या लगता है कि कितनी गुंजाइश है कि NIA हेडक्वार्टर्स से किसी वजह से तहव्वुर राना को बाहर ले जाया जाएगा?
जी देखिए, तहव्वुर राना की जो तलाश थी, जो इंतज़ार था भारत को, भारत की देश की केंद्रीय जांच एजेंसी NIA को, करीब 16 साल का एक लंबा समय जो ख़त्म होता जा रहा है, क्योंकि जिस तरीके से मुंबई में आतंकी हमले को अंजाम दिया गया, 26/11 जैसे टेरर मॉड्यूल को अंजाम दिया गया, जिसमें 173 बेकसूर लोगों की जान गई, इसमें 300 लोगों के करीब लोग घायल हो गए हैं, और इसमें मुंबई पुलिस के जो जाबाज अधिकारी हैं वो भी शहीद हुए हैं। लेकिन इसमें एक अजमल कसाब पकड़ा गया। इसके अलावा जो एक पूरा टेरर मॉड्यूल था, टेरर मॉड्यूल को लेकर जिस तरीके से ISI और लश्कर तोयबा का जो एक कनेक्शन सामने आया, और ऐसे में तहव्वुर राना जो कि अब कुछ ही देर में केंद्रीय जांच एजेंसी हेडक्वार्टर में कुछ ही घंटों बाद उसकी क्वेश्चनिंग शुरू होगी, एक जो लीगल प्रोसेस के बाद, क्योंकि पहले उसका मेडिकल होगा। जो सुरक्षा की अगर हम बात करें तो उसको यहाँ से बड़ी सुरक्षा के साथ यहाँ से NIA हेडक्वार्टर ले जाया जाएगा, और NIA में भी पूरी तरीके से बैरिकेटिंग कर दी गई है, दोनों तरफ की बैरिकेटिंग कर दी गई, क्योंकि वहाँ पर और भी पैरामिलिट्री फोर्सेस की जो ऑफिसेज हैं, सरकारी दफ्तर हैं, लेकिन आज छुट्टी का दिन है, इसलिए सिक्योरिटी को उसी हिसाब से एग्जीक्यूट किया गया है। और सबसे बड़ी बात ये कि जो अधिकारी अपॉइंट किए गए हैं NIA के, वही सिर्फ तहव्वुर राना से इंटरेक्ट कर पाएंगे, बाकी और इस केस से जुड़े हुए जो अधिकारी नहीं हैं उनको इस तहव्वुर राना से इंटरेक्शन या उससे मिलने का या उस सेल में जाने की इजाज़त नहीं होगी, क्योंकि ये बेहद सेंसिटिव मामला है, और भारत का ये वो इकलौता एक अभी फ़िलहाल गवाह है, और इस पूरे मामले का साजिश करता है जिसने हिंदुस्तान को आतंकी हमले के बाद दहलाया। फिलहाल इसका एक पूरा नेटवर्क, इसका कनेक्शन, और कौन-कौन लोग हैं, ये टेरर मॉड्यूल के वक्त।
Joining us at this point in time to talk more about this is Ambassador Deepak Vora, former diplomat, Mr. Gautam Mukherjee, senior journalist, also with us on the broadcast, Major General Rajan Kochar, defense expert, with us on the show as well. Ambassador Vora, thank you so much, sir. Great to see you once again. Sir, of course, the saying goes, justice delayed is justice denied. But, in this case, we can also say that justice may be sweet in this case, though delayed.
Well, thank you very much, sir. Always a pleasure to be with you on your channel. And of course, you have two other wonderful guests, General Saab, whom I respect greatly, and Mr. Mukherjee. Now, I'm going to comment on this very briefly, and I'll say this in terms of two messages about this character, this Phurphur, whatever his name is, Tawa pe baith ke Phurphur Rana, Tawa Phurphur, whatever his name is. One message is from my wife. And she says, I would like to meet this man because as a doctor, he would have taken the Hippocratic Oath. I have 3 doctors in my family, which says, I will do my utmost to protect and preserve human life. She wants to know if he took a jihadi oath that supersedes his Hippocratic Oath. The second is from an American senator, a former senator, who's a great friend of mine. He sent me a message this morning when this fellow was being flown. He said, we have redeemed our commitment to you. You ask this guy to pray to whichever God he believes in for forgiveness, because you, that is us, India, will not forgive him. More than this, I can't say. We are saying it's a great diplomatic triumph for India. Yes, we won, but it's also a triumph for the international system that is sick and tired of terrorism. We've been discussing an international convention against terrorism for 27 years. The biggest obstacle is Pakistan. What are they scared about is total chaos. There's a lot of consternation in the establishment in Pakistan that this guy will name people. Yes, he will, but then Pakistan will deny it. Now they are saying they don't even know who this character is. Sir, my father was 1937 commissioned in the British Indian Army. They still have his records. This fellow was a captain, so maybe 30 years ago or 20 years ago, they have no records. What kind of nonsense do these people talk? Constant state of denial. And I mean, from my own side, I'd like to ask them a question. He is going to name Lashkar-e-Toiba, etc. And by the way, one of the reasons that the American court, the Supreme Court, approved his extradition to India was they had a transcript of a recording between him and his grandfather or his cousin or his brother-in-law, whatever, that David Coleman Headley, saying that, oh, we did a great job in Mumbai. Now let's go and do the same in that Jellen's, what's it called? Jellen's Posten, that Danish paper that published cartoons of the Prophet Muhammad. They were talking like this. And then this joker tells his brother-in-law, whatever that fellow is, that now Pakistan should give its highest national awards to these 12 jokers or 11 jokers who were eliminated in Mumbai. Now, that's the kind of mindset, it's diseased. And the quicker people like him are eliminated, stop being a burden on this planet, the better it will be. He, of course, being a doctor, he got his lawyers. They tried every ploy. Oh, I have Parkinson's and my hand shakes like this and my head shakes like this. He tried everything. I'm a Muslim. There's no Islamic community in India. They won't give me halal food. All this nonsense. I know the present Chief Justice of the US Supreme Court appointed by President Trump. She will take no bull S from anybody. No, you go and you face the music in India. So, Mr. Tahawwur Rana, welcome, and now you will see what you did. You will probably meet some of those whose lives you ruined forever, including a second cousin of mine who died there. We wish you the worst. Instead of your 72 whores, may you get 72 witches in hell.
All right, sir. Always a pleasure listening to you, sir. Thank you so much for that amazing response. Gautam, I mean, I'm completely in awe of the points that Ambassador Vora has made, that, you know, we are looking at the optics, we are looking at, you know, what's happened here, but at the same time, let's also hail the system which has prevailed. You know, though there has been delay, but the system has worked. The international community has, you know, reiterated that terrorism, no matter where it is orchestrated, is everyone's problem.
Yes, you know, on the one hand, this has become something of a cliche about terrorism being everyone's problem. And for years together, what was our problem in India was only our problem. People paid lip service to it at best. Every forum that Mr. Modi went to, he raised terrorism as an international problem. People listened to him politely and went back to their countries quite unmoved. Now what's happening over the last few years is that there are more terrorist incidents, small and large, happening in the Western countries, in Europe and America, than there are in India. Now it has become something of an international problem. As far as the Trump administration grows, they are very allergic to Pakistani terrorism, and this repatriation is a demonstration of their commitment to do something about it. Now, it will not be easy to extract information from Rana because he has had enough practice at how to obfuscate, and since we are not going to use third-degree methods, he will probably spin a web of lies, and we will have to decipher from that, which is what we already have gathered a lot of evidence, but to expect him to confirm it is going to be very, very difficult. He is a dead man walking if he talks about his handlers and if he talks about the various people in India who were collaborators and helpers of the 2611 disaster, where so many people, innocent people, were killed. He is a major planner of this, along with Headley, is without a doubt. But to establish facts will be difficult. I think our authorities will be able to prove his guilt and hand him the death sentence, and that will bring an end to this. How much information we get will depend on the trial if it comes to a public court, and then of course we'll get day-to-day information based on what the prosecution is saying, what the defense is saying, etc. But I have my doubts about extracting very much viable information from Rana. Vineet.
But General Kocher, the question is he going to sing like a canary, or is he not? Because, like Gautam said, that he's had enough practice to lie, to deceive. And of course, we can't use polite methods, being sarcastic, to extract information out of him.
Vineet, today I think it's not very difficult to extract information, because the type of techniques of interrogation, and if you see the track record of these four gentlemen from the NIA, you come to know that they are specialists in their domain, and it's nothing new for them. It's a matter of routine for them. And I don't think they're going to have much of a problem in extracting information from it. And also, we also have those other medical and biological means of extracting information. And we can always get that information of what we want. So I really don't subscribe to the view that we will come to a dead end or so, or he's an expert. Nobody can be an expert when you are handling professionals. Even die-hard criminals sing like a canary. So Tahawwur Rana is no great die-hard as far as that is concerned. The second important aspect is what are we looking at? We are not only looking at the end justice which has to be given in this case, we are looking to expose the people who have been involved in this entire operation of terrorism, in this entire madness what is being spread in the subcontinent today. So therefore, I see this reaction from Pakistan. What was the need of Pakistan to make a premature statement as of now, when the investigation has not even commenced? Because they have a fear within themselves that they will get correct. And here I would like to bring out what Ambassador Vora also mentioned. It is his formative years in the Pakistan Army. You have to understand the psyche, and you have to understand the rationale, how a person is inducted into terrorism and into a terrorist organization, having served the Pakistan Army. He has served the Pakistan Army for a number of years. He was in their cadet training college. After that, he went to the medical school. He was a doctor in the Pakistan Army. The ISI would have observed him very, very closely. And thereafter, he has taken a premature release from the army, and he goes to Canada. So now, if you establish a route, if you establish a link between Pakistan and Canada, you will find that it is not only Tahawwur Rana. There have been many such cases of Pakistani national moving to Canada and becoming their assets there. I will actually call them assets of Pakistan. So they have become over a period of time assets of Pakistan and the ISI. So what is important is how he was being funded. So this entire trail will be established from where he was receiving the money, how he was making up his contacts. He had a bona fide immigration company. What was the businesses of this immigration company in India? So it is extremely relevant here because he has made a number of trips to India along with David Hadley. So that link also NIA would be working on very strongly because probably many of these operatives who were part of his link have not yet been identified. So that is an important piece of information what you will be actually getting. And to talk and to say that he'll be a dead man, he's already a dead man. Nobody can stop him from the gallows now. So I think they are professionals working the SWAT team. I would like to actually say a word of that special weapons and tactics team of the Delhi police. They are second to none. They have got their training in the best anti-terrorism schools of the world. They are like the NSG by themselves.
Right,
They
sir.
are a crack team. So I don't think there would be any security concerns as far as Tahawwur Rana is concerned. He is totally secure. There won't be any outside interference as far as the security is concerned. And I'm sure he is going to sing.
All right, sir. Some breaking news coming in. As per sources, case files and trial court records related to the 26/11 attacks have reached Delhi Special NIA Court. The case files and trial court records have been received by the court staff of District Judge Vimal Kumar Yadav. Judge Yadav had in January ordered that all trial court records be sent from Mumbai to Delhi. And I had filed an application before District Judge Vimal Kumar Yadav asking for the trial court records to be summoned in light of Tahawwur Rana's extradition. Ambassador Vora is back with us. Ambassador Vora, important to understand, like you said earlier on as well, that this is the victory of an international order. But at the same time, the big question is, will the perpetrators who are still planning and plotting against India in Pakistan learn anything from this?
If you look at the Department of Justice press release of 2011, I think when this fellow was sentenced along with his uncle or his brother-in-law, whoever, or his partner, his male partner, that David Coleman Headley, they said very clearly that the court decided that this fellow was in touch with his handlers in Pakistan, specifically mentioning the intelligence services and the Lashkar-e-Toiba. So this is the first time that I know, and I've served in the United States, where a legal entity, I'm talking about many years ago, 2009, I think, when they were sentenced after what happened in Denmark, or what they tried to do in Denmark. The first time that I've known that they have actually linked a terrorist to the Pakistani state, the Pakistani establishment. It's a press release worth reading. You'll see it on the internet, Department of Justice. Secondly, General Saab, whom I respect greatly, was talking about the funding. General Saab, my lawyer friends in the United States, and I have a few, although they were not involved in this fellow's case, they said that he would have spent upwards, and I'm saying this very slowly, of 20 million US dollars fighting his case against extradition. Now, a former doctor of the Pakistani military and running some kind of a third-rate one-room consultancy has $20 million. Where did this money come from? His money came from his gods in Pakistan. He will name people. The Pakistanis will deny it, as they have already started doing. In fact, sir, I'll tell you that we are now at a stage. If you ask the Pakistanis that you used to have chief executive of your country, former army chief, whom you later sentenced to death, a character called Peri Musharraf or whatever his name was, they'll turn around and say, oh, really? We've never heard of him. Just like they say they've never heard of this character. So denial is in their DNA. We'll identify the chaps. He'll say this brigadier, this major, this colonel was my handler. Pakistani will say never heard of them. Those fellows died long ago. We are not going to get anything out of Pakistan in this, but we will be sending a very powerful message to the world that as far as terrorism is concerned, India will chase these guys, pursue them to the end of the universe if necessary, and India, in partnership with the United States, will work to rid the world of the scourge of terrorism, first of all, by teaching a lesson to that neighbor of ours called Pakistan.
All right, sir. Appreciate you joining us. Would like to thank Gautam and General Kochhar also for being with us on this important update. We take a short break. We'll be right back.